So we will get to rhythm in just a minute, but we just had a quick conversation. So when you're tuning your guitar, you ever notice like when you first hit it, the note comes up, but then it changes and it kind of settles. And what we were saying is like, do you tune to the attack, the quick response attack, or do you tune to where it settles? You know, and it's a lot of people, friends of mine, we've been talking about it for a while, but I came to the conclusion that it depends on the tempo, depends on the tune. If it's a fast tune with a lot of bop, 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 16th notes or whatever, you tune to the attack. If it's a slow jam, you gotta wait for the note to settle. I don't know, it's a funny thing. Tuning is mystery.
I mean, for me, that's the whole thing about those old like Motown albums with Stax records and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, those pianos weren't tuned to every session. So there are certain aspects, and especially back then, I mean, he's playing with a polytune that's got that, like they didn't have that stuff, so they were tuning the piano or whatever it be, and your strings could be, the intonation could be off. So all of a sudden, what we consider a 440A could be like a 436 on the piano. On the guitar, it could be a 444. You know, on the other guitar, it could be a 442. And all of a sudden, this A note that what we consider an A on this tuner is 440 is like 436 and 444. And then when you think about the singers that sing on top of that, they don't have to literally be so like on pitch. They could be like like they do all that bend and stuff, which is I think what makes those classic recordings awesome compared to things today where it's like, okay.
I think now people are tuning by eye instead of by ear.
100%, man, 100%.
I mean, even and recording by eye, so much is done on a computer that sometimes you can't rely on what you're seeing when it's music.
The game is different. I see kids on the computer now. I mean, on the airplane, like making songs just by, you know, taking this loop. And it's all color coordinated: pink, red, pink, blue, green.
I love the tools that are available, but I think it's important to sometimes be able to put it away and make sure that what you're listening to is and what you're hearing comes first.
100%. Computer's a great platform and easy. It's great that anybody can record, but it's good to use it in a natural thing. Even with plugins, like the more plugins you use, sometimes the worse it sounds. The sound just deteriorates.
Oh, I think
what do you guys think? Is it better to talk in the mic or just to the room? Can you hear us?
Yeah, the mic, please.
The mic. Yeah, that's what I thought. But one quick more thing about tuning. Two things. It's big, it's huge, and it's a big part of our lives. So tuning, like if you tune your guitar, but then you play a C chord, you know, your high C there is sharp. You're out. You're done. Because it's an imperfect science. The guitar, unless you have one of those wacky. Wacky
fiberglass.
Yeah, but so it depends. If I'm playing a song in C, I'll tune my B string flat. I'll tune to the C, you know. Or if I'm playing a song up here, you know, I'll tune to this position. I grew up playing a lot of funky guitars. I still like playing funky guitars. When you tune to position, I tune to open. You know, when I'm tuning like open C with a set of tens, it's really floppy. You know, it's tempered like a piano. You know, it's not perfectly in tune. And when you play an open tuning, you always got the third and fourth right there, the suspension. And I tune to the fourth, not the open third. And I like to hear my thirds a little blue anyway. But I know we're talking about, we'll get to rhythm now. Oh, one last thing, but we can segue. The tuning of the bass drum. Man, that's an insane thing. So I just had this awful experience where I heard my last solo record, which is an acoustic record, in this car. And the system was such that I realized the bass drum was terribly out of tune to the whole record. I mean, the record's almost all in C or F, and the bass drum on the whole record is just resonating around C sharp somewhere in the middle. And I'd never even heard that frequency in the studio. It's my fault, bad on me, man, but I'll never make that mistake again. But it's really, how do you deal with the tones of the bass drum, like when it's out of tune?
You know, the crazy part is I don't really hear it because I'm so loud. To be honest with you, it's usually the front of the house guy who's the one who's taking care of it. He usually tells Jeff to, or you know, whoever playing to take care of that. But you know, usually with the bass, it's like it's encompassing. You know, in a live setting at least. That's in a studio, it's a different in the studio, most situations I've been in, the drums have been quote unquote tunes. You know what I mean? So
the bass dominates and sets the key center. But nevertheless, kick drum could still be sitting there resonating out of tune.
Yeah, out of tune. No, trust me. Yeah. I know the horror story you're talking about.
Anyway.
People don't tune the bass drum. Just throw a pillow in.
Exactly. That's usually what I end up
doing. Was tune the front end, it was no hole, felt strip, and then a power stroke or something, and tune the back side looser. And it's indefinite pitch, even if you tune it to a C sharp. Once you hit a drum, it goes back to indefinite. It'll be around the C.
Right.
But there, you know, so it really is a matter of who's tuning it, or how the bass drum is good.
Well, the thing is, we're dealing, like, okay, you listen to an old blues recording or a chess recording, you know, the fidelity is such that it wasn't an issue. But now you're dealing with PAs that are designed for electronic dance music. Subwoofers are so powerful, there's no dynamic or no leeway for the freeway, you know? Yeah, anyway. Or you listen on your phone, you can't hear the bass anyway, doesn't matter. You don't even know what key you're in.
Thank you.